Have you ever been told eat your vegetables? Of course you have. We've all grown up believing that vegetables are always good for us. But here's the hidden truth. Some vegetables, especially the way they're prepared or processed, can silently increase your risk of stroke. Yes, you heard that right. And if you're over 50, this risk gets even more serious. Because as we age, our blood vessels become more vulnerable, and the foods we thought were harmless could be quietly harming us. So which vegetables are secretly putting pressure on your heart and brain? How do they raise your stroke risk? And what can you do about it? Stay with me, because number 3 is one you probably eat every week without thinking twice. And at the end of this video, I'll share a bonus tip. One surprising habit that could slash your stroke risk in half, even if you've made dietary mistakes for years. But first, a warning you shouldn't ignore. If you're over 50 and you care about your heart, your brain, and your longevity, you need to know this. So grab a notebook, settle in, and let's break it down together. I'm Dr. Edward, an expert nutritionist with over 30 years of clinical experience, and this is what I've seen in my patients. Backed by science. Number 1, pickled vegetables, high sodium threat. What's the problem? Pickled vegetables like pickled cucumbers, radish, kimchi, or sauerkraut may seem healthy, even probiotic rich. But for older adults, they're one of the biggest hidden sources of sodium. According to the American Heart Association, excess sodium raises blood pressure, and high blood pressure is the #1 preventable risk factor for stroke. About 50% of all strokes globally. AHA 2023, Sodium and Stroke Risk. A study from China, where pickled vegetables are widely consumed, showed that frequent intake was associated with 17 to 30% higher stroke risk, depending on sodium levels and blood pressure control. One study published in the New England Journal of Medicine followed over 100,000 adults across 18 countries. It found that sodium intake above 2 g per day significantly increased the risk of stroke, especially in those over age 50. Mente et al., EJM 2016. Here's the twist. Just 100 grams of kimchi or pickled cucumber can contain over 800,000 million of sodium, nearly half your daily limit. For aging brains and blood vessels, this is a slow, silent assault. Dr. Lawrence Appel from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine notes, even modest reductions in sodium can significantly reduce stroke risk, especially in older populations with stiffening arteries. So, are you unknowingly loading up on salt through pickles every day? What to do instead? Choose low-sodium pickles. Rinse fermented vegetables before eating. Use herbs, garlic, or vinegar for flavor without salt. Number 2, fried potatoes. Fries, chips, and crisps. You might say, wait, potatoes are just carbs, right? Well, yes, but it's not the potato itself. It's how we prepare it. Fries, hash browns, crisps, fried wedges. Older adults who frequently eat fried potato products have a significantly higher stroke risk, according to a 2017 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. In this 20-year cohort study of 4,400 adults, those who ate fried potatoes 2 to 3 times per week had a 19% higher risk of death, most commonly from cardiovascular or cerebrovascular causes. Why? Here's what happens. Frying produces trans fats and advanced glycation end products, SeniorHealth. These damage blood vessel walls and increase inflammation. They contribute to plaque buildup and arterial stiffness, both key stroke risks. Dr. Dariush Mosafarian, a renowned cardiologist and food researcher, explained it simply. Fried foods are pro-inflammatory bombs, especially dangerous when arteries are already compromised by age. After age 50, our body's ability to handle oxidative stress and fat metabolism declines. That crispy French fry, it's not just empty calories. It's fueling a fire inside your blood vessels. Better alternatives? Boiled or roasted potatoes with olive oil and rosemary. Sweet potatoes roasted with spices, antioxidant rich. Number 3, canned vegetables with salted brine. Here's the shocker. Even so-called healthy vegetables like peas, green beans, or corn if canned in brine, can damage your arteries. The culprit again? Sodium and hidden preservatives. One review in the journal Hypertension Research 2020 found that older adults consuming canned goods with high sodium content had increased arterial stiffness and reduced nitric oxide flow, key contributors to stroke. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you checked the sodium label on your canned green beans? Some contain up to 400 to 500 milligrams of sodium per half cup, and that's before you even season them. Why it matters more after 50. The kidneys filter sodium less efficiently, blood vessels lose elasticity, even modest sodium surges can spike systolic blood pressure. According to Dr. Suzanne Operill, a hypertension expert at the University of Alabama, high sodium canned foods are dangerous because people don't feel the salt, but it's accumulating. This is how stroke risk grows silently. Healthier swap. Choose no salt added or low sodium canned veggies. Rinse them thoroughly under cold water before use, or go for frozen vegetables. Same nutrients, no sodium. If this video has already opened your eyes, hit that like button. It tells YouTube this is life-saving content, and it encourages me to make more videos that help people just like you. And if you haven't yet, subscribe now and tap the bell icon. And trust me, you don't want to miss that. Number 4, fried eggplant, the oil sponge. Eggplant, or brinjal as it's known in many parts of the world, is technically a healthy, fiber-rich vegetable. But here's what most people don't know. Eggplant absorbs oil like a sponge. When you fry it, especially in poor quality oils or reused street oils, it becomes a stroke trap. According to a study published in Food Chemistry 2020, eggplant has a cell structure that readily soaks up oil during frying. Up to 45% of its weight can become pure fat. Now think about what that means. High saturated fats, increase LDL cholesterol, increased LDL, builds plaque in arteries. Plaque leads to narrowed vessels and higher stroke risk, Dr. Walter Willett, Harvard nutrition expert, explains. Frying certain vegetables turns them into cholesterol bombs, not because of the vegetable, but because of the fat they carry into your bloodstream. In older adults, these fats are harder to metabolize, and they accumulate faster in artery walls. Eggplant is often fried in oil-heavy stews, stuffed in pan-fried curries, deep-fried fritters, especially in street food. Just one serving of fried eggplant can contain over 250 calories and 14 to 20 grams of fat, depending on the cooking oil. What's the fix? Grill, roast, or steam eggplant instead. Pair it with garlic and turmeric, both shown to support vascular health. Avoid recipes that involve double frying or oil-heavy masala paste. Number 5, vegetable chips. Beet, sweet potato, kale chips. Commercial brands. These are sneaky. You walk into a health store and you see a pack labeled baked beet chips or kale crunch chips. You think, hey, much better than regular potato chips, right? Not always. A 2019 lab analysis by Consumer Reports found that many vegetable chips sold in stores had just as much sodium and fat as classic fried snacks. Some even had added sugars and preservatives for flavor and shelf life. Why is this a problem? A large study published in Circulation 2019 found that processed foods, even plant-based ones, increase systemic inflammation, which damages the inner lining of blood vessels, endothelium, leading to higher stroke risk. Dr. Lisa Mosconi, author of Brain Food, says, just because it's made from beets or kale doesn't mean it's safe. If it's processed, flavored, and packed with preservatives, your body still sees it as a stressor. Here's the kicker. One small serving of some popular sweet potato chip brands equals 80 calories, 250 milliliters sodium, 10 grams fat, artificial flavors, plus colorings. These additives cause oxidative stress, especially in older brains with reduced antioxidant defenses. What should you do instead? Make homemade chips, thin sliced beets or sweet potatoes. Brush lightly with olive oil and bake. Use air fryers. preserve flavor without oil overload, or simply enjoy raw or lightly steamed veggies with hummus or avocado dip. Let's pause for a moment. All these examples show us something powerful. It's not just what you eat, it's how it's prepared. It's what's added during processing. And after age 50, these small details make a huge difference in whether your next decade is strong, clear-headed, and stroke-free, or filled with hospital visits and medication. So let me ask you, have any of these vegetables surprised you? How many of them are in your weekly diet? Comment below and let me know. Your story might help someone else open their eyes. And if this video is valuable to you, please like and share it, especially with family members who think vegetable chips are healthy snacks. Conclusion: vegetables are essential. But after 50, knowledge is your real nutrition. You've now discovered why sodium-packed veggies like pickles and canned foods can backfire, how oil-heavy methods like frying eggplant or potatoes become risky, and why so-called healthy snacks like veggie chips are often marketing traps. This is the kind of wisdom that protects your brain, your heart, and your future. So remember, it's not just about eating vegetables, it's about eating them smart. Subscribe now for more science-backed health guides designed specifically for seniors who want to live longer, stronger, and sharper.